Welcome to Moral Science class. This is your first class of this subject in this session. You know, this subject is very much important to us. Actually, moral science teaches us how to behave with all the people in our society. This subject teaches us the moral values that we all should follow throughout our life. We need to learn moral values that one should follow to distinguish the right from the wrong. Respect to others and ourselves, keep promises, show gratitude to others, encourage others, etc. are moral values. You know, loyalty is a moral value. Do you know what is loyalty? Loyalty is faithfulness to others. So, loyalty is faithfulness to others. Loyalty is dedication, that is devotion and faithfulness to specific thing or people. An example of loyalty is how a true citizen feels about his or her country. People who are people who are loyal are trustworthy. We should be loyal to our parents, teachers and friends. So, this is chapter 1 of your M Science book. Name of the chapter is Be Loyal. Chapter 1. Now, name of the chapter Be Loyal. Before reading out the story, I will tell you what it is about. The story is about Eklavya's loyalty. The story of Eklavya and Dronacharya, they both are characters from Mahabharata. It is a story from Indian mythology, from Mahabharata. Long ago, there lives the Pandavas and the Kauravas, the princes of Hastinapur. All the princes were taught archery by the sage Dronacharya. Pandava Prince Arjun was Dronacharya's favorite student. Eklavya, a Shudra boy, also wanted to be Drona's pupil, but Dronacharya refused him for his lower caste. Eklavya carved a statue of Dronacharya on a tree trunk of forest and started practicing in front of him. Soon he became an extraordinary archer. So, I'll tell you the story. Please listen it carefully. Okay? The story Be Loyal. And it is Eklavya's loyalty. More than 5,000 years ago, there lived a boy named Eklavya. He was the son of a tribal chief in the forest of the kingdom of Hastinapura. Eklavya was a brave boy who was loved by all, but he was always sad. One day, his father asked him, "Why are you unhappy, Eklavya? Why don't you play with your friends?" Eklavya replied, "Father, I want to become a disciple of Dronacharya, the great tutor of archery in Hastinapur. I want to be a warrior, not just a hunter. Please allow me to leave home and become the disciple of Dronacharya." Eklavya's father grew worried because Eklavya's ambition was not easy to achieve. But he granted him. He granted him permission and gave him his blessings. Eklavya set on his way for Drona's Gurukul. In those days, there were no schools, colleges and universities. The children lived with their teacher, that is, their guru, at the Gurukul. Soon, Eklavya reached Dronacharya's Gurukul. He saw his disciple practicing with their bows and arrows. Eklavya searched for Drona and finally saw him sitting under a tree busy in teaching archery to the third Pandava, Prince Arjun. He went up to Dronacharya and bowed before him. Drona was surprised to see a stranger and asked him, "Who are you?" "Dronacharya, I am Eklavya, son of tribal chief in the forests of Hastinapur," Eklavya replied. "Please accept me as your disciple and teach me archery." Drona sighed and replied, "Eklavya, if you are a tribal hunter, you must be a Shudra. I am a Brahmin. I cannot teach a Shudra boy." Eklavya was deeply hurt. It's not fair, he thought. God has given knowledge to all, but it is we who make divisions among us like this. He left the Gurukul, but his ambition to learn archery was as strong as ever. He said aloud, "I am as strong as Drona's princess and disciples. If I practice the art every day, I can surely become an archer." Thinking so, he reached the forest and made a statue of Dronacharya. "You will be my guru," he said to the statue and bowed before it. Day after day, he worshipped the statue of Drona and practiced archery with his bow and arrow. In some day, Eklavya became an extraordinary archer. One day, while he was practicing, he hears a dog barking. The barking of the dog disturbed him, and he shot 7 arrows to fill its mouth without injuring it so that it would stop barking. Then he counted his practice. So, that's all for today. Next half of the story I'll discuss in our next class. Till then, please learn the story well and read it several times to understand the story. Okay? So, till then, bye.